Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the brand new LEGO Juniors, easy to build, Batman and Superman versus Lex Luthor. Ages 4 to 7, this is set 10724 and it has 164 pieces. A pretty interesting set, actually. I had passed this a couple of times at Toys R Us, and I thought to myself, you know what? Even though really it's intended for ages 4 to 7, and Spot's a little bit older than 7 years old, as you probably already know, the figures themselves are pretty cool. You get yourself a Superman, a Batman, and a Lex Luthor, and you get this really cool mech suit that Lex Luthor sits in. So, yeah, I thought to myself I would pick this up and give it a try. There's a warning choking hazard, as with other LEGO sets. Small parts not for children under 3 years of age. Spin around the back of the package. Yes, I have already opened this. I've started a build on this. Let's see here. Some features on the back there showing you the different things that it does. It has a lot of gimmicks in this, which is actually pretty good for me. I don't mind gimmicks with LEGO. They have number bags, simple instructions, easy to build LEGO models. And there you have it. Spot's going to take a break and get the rest of this built. When we come back, though, we're going to get a better look at the brand new LEGO Juniors, easy to build, Batman and Superman versus Lex Luthor. Is it a fun set? Stay tuned and find out. Okay, so now that we've got the set built, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the minifigures first, and then we'll look at all the other cool things that come included with the set. So for starters, we're going to start the minifigure review with the Caped Crusader. Here, Batman is in his gray and blue costume, a sight you don't tend to see too often with LEGO. You can take off his cowl there and flip it around. He does have two different prints, a more straight face, I guess, and a smiley face as well. He comes with a Batarang, but he does actually come with a lot more than just the Batarang. I'll show you that in a second. I did actually put that on the wrong way. Let's flip that around. There we go. There's Batman with his Batarang. A nice looking, I almost would like to think of it as Super Friends or Super Powers version of Batman. And he's got his cape on the back there as well. Put him down to the side and get him to hopefully stand. Stand, Mr. Batman. Now he does not want to stand for me. There we go. Next, having a look at Superman. You don't get a lot of, you get a lot of Supermen, maybe not one specifically looking like this, the Superman curl present on the hair here of Superman. Also has red underoos, so it's more classic in his design. Spin that around, and you get yourself also a heat ray vision, or heat vision version of Superman as well. I like the big smile on his face. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, the other minifigure that you get is a Lex Luthor. Now this is Lex Luthor wearing somewhat of his robotic suit. I mean, granted, it's this torso piece has been used for a lot of other minifigures before. It works actually rather well with Lex Luthor, though. What you can also do, too, is take his head off. Now, he doesn't have any reverse printing on the other side of his head, just because obviously his head, you would see the back portion of it. It's a little harder to get his head off because his torso piece is kind of keeping everything intact. But you can take off the torso, revisit the head. There we go. And you also have yourself a rather nice looking Lex Luthor, even without his little actual armor on his torso. Very, very nice. There's the back of it right there. That's your Lex Luthor. Also kind of looks like Super Friends or Super Powers. Then you get to the actual builds themselves. You get 3 individual builds, technically 4 if you want to count the Superman launcher, which we can kind of get out of the way first. It's very simple in its design. It's just a little platform that you can flick. You put the Superman figure on top of this, making sure, of course, his cape's not in the way, and flick him to propel the Man of Steel in space, time, and outer space, or even in this backdrop. So you get this. I mean, this is really not too much to speak for. It's just a fairly straightforward little platform here. But it's cool nonetheless, you get it. Then you get yourself a Batmobile, a little smaller in design Batmobile, but still pretty interesting. Now, it says easy to build. I scratched my head at this because, after all, it is Lego. How much more complicated can one Lego set be versus another? If I got like a smaller set of Lego like this, how much more difficult in theory would that other Lego be by comparison to this? And the only way I can really describe it is this particular Lego has a lot of just stacking. If that makes any sense, you're basically taking a bottom and you're just stacking pieces on top. Case in point, like the Batmobile, that there's really not a lot of intricate builds. In fact, some of the more intricacies came from more Lex Luthors. So yeah, it's a little on the easier build. The instructions are a lot easier as well. But the Batmobile is pretty cool. Small, yes. Little control console on the inside. Also no sticker application. It's rather interesting. The smaller kid-friendly builds have no sticker application. They've simply just printed the Lego brick with that image. Makes me think, well, why can't they just simply do that with other Lego sets too? Simply just print the brick rather than giving you the sticker to put on yourself. Even the same for Lex Luthor's little gadget there. None of the stickers are required for it. Everything is already attached to the pieces themselves. Nice big tires also, I might add, on the Batmobile. The little back fins are a little on the loose side, just by the way that there's not really much that they attach into. You can see just how much clearance each fin gets. So it does sit a little loose. That's okay. You can take your Batman, making sure, of course, the Batarang is out of the way, and he fits. Mindful of the cape, he fits very well into the Batmobile. Okay, put that also to the side. You know what? Let's look at the Bat quarters, the Batcave here, and then we'll kind of leave Luthor's mech thing for the last. The other thing that Batman does come with, I guess we'll need also the Batman figure for this. Let's just take him out. Batman also comes with this really cool, small, little Batcave, complete with a little bat on the top there. There is a little view screen here. Again, no stickers. I didn't apply a single sticker to this set. There's also a little red phone, kind of like the old classic Batman. There's a little section here that has a walkie-talkie, a Batarang, and bat grapple gun. All easily accessible for when Batman needs to use them. You can take your minifigure, and he can peg just into his chair, and he can oversee whether there's crime happening in Gotham City. A nice sticker also on the Bat logo at the top. No sticker though, it's already attached to the brick. You'll probably see this too and wonder what this is. This is a little spinning turret. That's because Batman also comes with these little bat discs, all of which there's only two of them really, but both of which coming with the Bat logo attached. So what you need to do is put this into the back like this, and you push it through let me show you, like this. Push it through, and it shoots the disc off just by friction. There's these little clamps. If I was to describe it, they're like little U's, and you push the Lego through and push it, and they basically snap that off. And this spins around as well. So a nice little build, nice little Batcave build for the kids. Lastly though, the one real cool thing about this set is this Lex Luthor little mech suit on wheels. He comes with what I can only assume to be like a little kryptonite gun, which attaches just itself to the back, like that. It does not rotate, which I kind of wish it could have spun back and forth, but it does have posable arms. One arm seems to be like a kryptonite laser rod, probably shoots like energy bolts of kryptonite towards Superman. The other one is a more traditional claw. The claw opens and closes really, really nicely. I wish they actually had given you another one of these, so that if you wanted to switch this out, I would have really liked two mech arms on both sides, well, one on either side. Sticker No sticker, I should say, but application here on the front. It is already part of the brick, so you don't have to worry about sticking that on. A little bit on the front there as well. Nice decoration. And there's the cockpit to which Lex Luthor, armor or not, can sit into the top and control his mech suit. Very, very, very cool. I love also the wide tires. This set really has everything I think one would need, especially someone who, like myself, is a big fan of the original Superpowers or Super Friends, Challenge and the Super Friends cartoon. Kind of reminds me like the old days of like those superpower figures. The Lex Luthor, the fact that Batman is a blue cowl, and also Superman in his classic red underoos. These are a little bit different to the Mighty Micros, in which essentially you're getting more kid-friendly, but they're shorter. They don't have the posable legs. Here, on the other hand, you get fully posable regular minifigures and some pretty cool vehicles to boot as well. Don't let the age restriction, not that there's restriction on the age. I mean, if you're old, you can buy whatever you want. You could buy a big ice cream cake and eat the entire thing yourself. But don't look over the fact that just simply because this is the LEGO Juniors, that you're not still getting some pretty cool builds in the process. Today's toy spot, we're looking at set 10724 from the brand new LEGO Juniors easy to build sets. This was the Batman, the Superman, and Lex Luthor set. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more toy spots heading your way. Thanks for watching. See you next time.